Welcome back to Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and in this video, I want to cover ACDC. This has been a highly requested stock to talk about. This was a stock that was on the explosive penny stock watch list, and now I think it is finally time to give it its own video. We are looking at one of the better plays on EV technology moving forward. This entire EV space has tons of opportunity. We know there's been a $1 trillion stimulus package put out, and that is going to put a lot of government money into subsidizing a lot of these greener energy plays. And if I'm looking at just EVs, what it takes to build one EV, there's a lot of different moving parts. There's a lot of different emerging sectors that are going to capitalize on the growth of EVs. And one of those are battery solutions for EVs. And so with extreme vehicle battery technology, these guys have contracts already to supply their batteries, their outlet charging walls. And so with that as their foundation, they've actually started to navigate into the crypto space. And even though I'm not the biggest believer of crypto, I do understand how these guys are getting in. It is a way of harnessing this energy. It does take a ton of energy to extract crypto, whether you're a miner. And so with their recent acquisition for ACDC, they are going to harness this energy, and it's going to be the best possible outcome for miners in the future. And I do like the way that they are navigating this space. And so I see two very early stage verticals that will continue to blossom as years pass, as we turn into a digital economy. We start focusing on greener energy. When people start to realize that mining is not so eco-friendly, we are going to have to figure out some solutions, and ACDC is working on that right now. And so as we start moving towards the greener EV vehicles, their smart walls and their outlets are going to be major players when we start to move forward. There are bigger investors in this company that have warrants, and these warrants can only be exercised at a share price of $1 and then $1.50. And so when I look at that with ACDC, we're trading at 10.5 cents. So we have a ton of upside still left, but enough of the fundamental analysis. That is not the main focus of this video. The main focus is, where are we in terms of price action? Is it a buy? Is it a sell? Are we going to continue to crash? Is this a massive opportunity? So when we look at the charts, there's only one thing I could say. We are on a long-term level of support that we saw today. Yesterday, we actually got our back test, and then we clawed our way away from this point. You can see we had tons of volume today overall with the stock, and it was not in the best fashion. And so when I look at our share price right now, I'm going to add in another line right here. And this line, in my opinion, is going to be another level to watch out for. And this level is going to be here at around 5-6 cents. And so that would be the last and worst case scenario for ACDC. This right here is actually still part of an uptrend. Yes, even though our share price has come down drastically, we are still holding an uptrend. You can see right here, above this line right here is our uptrend. If we are below this line, we are in a downtrend. The reason why we need to hold this level of support is if we break down from this point, we do come to a no man's land territory, and we could see the price quickly get down to these 5-6 cents levels, and that is a 50% drop in share price. And so I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but it definitely could. If we look at our RSI is oversold, so we do expect this to bounce, but I want to watch this on a longer time frame. So we're going to pull this out here onto the weekly, and on the weekly right now, we have a RSI of around 32. So we are getting very close to an oversold situation on a longer term basis. What that means is a stock cannot go down forever. You rather buy a stock when the RSI is near 30 than buying it at a 70. When you're at a 70, you're overbought, especially on the weekly. So this is a quick rule of thumb for all traders. If you're looking at a stock to buy, go to the weekly RSI. If your weekly RSI is above 50, there's a better chance of that stock going down than up. But if your RSI on the weekly is at a 30 or less, then there's a lot more room to the upside than there is to the downside. And so where we are right now with ACDC are prime buying opportunities. There's no reason to get nitpicky with the price here. You could tell we are at oversold levels. We could definitely see this come down even more. And if we do, that's another buying opportunity. And so with ACDC, you may have been caught in this explosive run and you have just been bag holding ever since. But I am here to give you guys some hope that this is not going to go down forever. This is just part of how the market works. And so these are great times to be buying in on ACDC, regardless of if you buy here at 62 cents, 68 cents. If you're that guy still holding at that price, you will eventually turn a profit on your investment down the line. It's just a matter of when. But if we're looking at the price right now, these are great times to average down if you did buy up there. If you have yet to buy this stock, this is a great time for a starter position. I would not be throwing so much money in because we could still go a little bit lower. And then at certain points at 5 to 6 cents, I am throwing the mortgage in at ACDC because at that point, there's way more room to the upside than there is to the downside. And so even at 10 cents, this is extremely attractive. We got up to about 12 cents today. We closed back at 10 and a half. So there still is some downside pressure here with ACDC. So these are the great opportunities to be buying the fear. This company has a very strong foundation that they will continue to capitalize in an emerging market that is only going to get bigger worldwide. And not only that, their products are only going to get more refined. They're only going to get better with their supply chain, and they should start to get products out even faster to their customers. And so overall, ACDC, this is one of my favorite plays on our explosive penny stock watch list. I wanted to make a sole video on this because I haven't talked about it in a while. I have not forgot about this stock. I have just been letting the price do its thing, and now we're at a very long-term level of support. And so anytime you can get on long-term support, these are great buying opportunities. So if you are lucky enough to be watching this video today, ACDC should be a stock on your radar for the long term. And so if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like. We are on the road to 10K subs. So if you made it to this point, feel free to hit that subscription button. This is Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.